Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to One Touch BI. This is me Saravanan Vajravel, and today in our class we are going to learn how to enable single sign-on using IAS web server with your Windows account authentication. If you could remember in my previous tutorial, I have not shown how to enable the Windows authentication on top of single sign-on configuration. And some of you asked that this does not enable the single sign-on effect. To address that gap in this video, I'm going to repeat the entire configuration. That means I'm going to configure a Cognos virtual directory on top of IAS and enabling the single sign-on effect using the Windows authentication. Without much delay, let's quickly head over to my Cognos system. Launch IAS Manager. The first and foremost step what we need to do is create an application pool. Click on the application pool, right click, add application pool. I'm going to call my application pool as One Touch BI. In short, I'm going to make it OTBI and choose the default in the .NET CLR version. Keep it default, untouched, click OK. We are good. Now click on default website, right click on that and add an application. With IBM Cognos 11.1.7, if you go with a simple virtual directory creation, you won't get the permission to execute the JavaScripts. In order to enable that execution permission, you need to create as an application. So for that, what we are going to do, right click on default website, create add application. That inherits by default the read execute privileges. Provide the name. I'm going to call my virtual directory name as OTBI, and that's the one I'm going to provide after my URL /OTBI, and choose the application pool, the one what we have created. It's called OTBI. Click OK. Physical path, choose the path where your Cognos got installed. Go to the Cogroot location and choose the web content folder. That should be the first level parent folder physical path for my virtual directory OTBI. Click OK. I'm good. Now, in order to enable the single sign-on effect, you need to create another application to the child of OTBI. Right click on OTBI, choose add application and provide the alias as SSO and choose the physical path of your Cogroot location and choose CGI bin directory. Click OK. Now you created the child application to the OTBI to enable the single sign-on. After you created the single sign-on application inside OTBI, choose that and in the middle pane, locate handler mappings. Double click on handler mappings and ensure that the WebDAV, if it got enabled by default, you remove this manually. Choose that and in the right side under actions, remove. We are good. Now we need to add a module mapping that should be associated to the Cognos isapi.dll. For that, in the actions, click on add module mapping and the request path, it's like a subfolder. I'm going to call this as CA. CA stands for Cognos Analytics and ISAPI, ISAPI. And the module I'm going to pick up from the drop down, it's called ISAPI module. And executable path, the Cognos isapi.dll that you need to provide. Click on the three dots, go to the CGI bin location and locate the file called Cognos isapi.dll. Can you see this? Choose this file and click on open and provide the name as SSO login. Click on OK. And this pop-up window is very important. In this window, do you want to allow this ISAPI extension? Choose yes. Okay, the SSO login is enabled. Before we configure the URL rewrite for our BI folder, at the SSO level, we need to do one last setting. Choose the SSO again, and over here in the middle pane, double click on authentication and make sure your anonymous authentication is disabled and Windows authentication should be enabled. By default, in your case, anonymous authentication is enabled and Windows authentication was disabled. If this is what your setup is looking like, in this case, you have to just reverse it. Go to the anonymous authentication. Under actions, disable this and choose the Windows authentication. Under actions, enable it. Got it? Now everything related to the single sign-on we have taken care. I just quickly reiterate, we created a child application to the OTBI folder and that we named as SSO, and then we have added a handler mapping for SSO for enabling the ISAPI module and named as SSO login, and the request path we provided CA ISAPI. After that, the last one, we have enabled authentication to go through Windows authentication. After all this got configured, we need to ensure that the BI folder should be configured with proper URL rewrite to redirect your request to the virtual directory OTBI. Let's do this step right away. Click on BI and click on URL rewrite and double click on it. Make sure we need to have 3 sets of variables for this exercise to complete. So ensure that you have any variables over here. Click on view variables. You see over here, I don't have any variables. I have to create the variables. What are those variables? I'm going to create right now. Just watch it. Click on add. Provide the first variable name as http underscore x underscore bi underscore path. Add the second variable http underscore x underscore forward underscore host. And the last variable http underscore x underscore web root. I will let you know in the next screen what exactly we are going to assign for all these variables. Now we created all the required variables. Go back to the rules. Under actions, click on back to rules. For the single sign-on, we need to first create the SSO login redirect URLs. For that, click on add rules under actions. In the add rules pop-up window, under inbound rules, choose blank rule, click on OK and provide the name. I'm going to call this as SSO login. In the pattern, you provide exactly what I'm going to type. v1/login $. Make sure under action type is chosen rewrite, and here you provide the rewrite URL exactly what I'm going to type it. It should be / what is the virtual directory we have given? It is OTBI / what is that? Your child application we created under OTBI for single sign-on. It is SSO. If you have doubt, you can just scroll down and check that it is SSO. And in the SSO handler mapping, we have configured the ISAPI module and the request path we provided CA ISAPI. That one we need to provide CA ISAPI, followed by BI is the path of your Cognos URL to launch. So BI / what is that we provided in the pattern? It is v1/login. You don't need to provide the $ symbol, just login. Until here it looks good, and make sure you have chosen the checkbox stop processing of subsequent rules. Click on that and apply. And this is for the modern Cognos URL. If anyone wants to access the legacy Cognos URL, in that case we need to modify this URL rewrite a bit different. Click on back to rules, and now you create another rule, add rules. Again choose inbound rule blank and click on OK, and this one I'm going to call it as legacy SSO. In the pattern you type exactly what I'm going to type. Open the parenthesis, type v1 /disp, open the parenthesis again, you put the / dot star, close the parenthesis, put the question mark and close it again. That's all. Under actions, make sure the action type is chosen rewrite, and the rewrite URL you provide exactly what you have provided for the SSO login, the previous rule. That means / your virtual directory name, that is called OTBI, and the SSO handler name, that means the child application what we created for the OTBI for SSO, it is SSO in my case. Again provide the / what is the request path for the handler mapping we provided for ISAP module, it is CA ISAP / it should go through the BI, the folder for hitting the Cognos URL. So BI / and then I don't want to provide a explicit pattern. I'm going to substitute the pattern what I have created here. So for that, open the flower bracket, put caps R : 1 and close the flower bracket. That's all the changes required, and make sure the checkbox for stop processing of subsequent rules, choose that checkbox, click on apply. We are good. Click on back to rules under actions. Now we need to create the reverse proxy for your Cognos BI URL should be redirected to the port 9300 where your Cognos dispatcher is configured. So that is the last step we need to enable. So click on add rules, and this time you should choose inbound and outbound rules reverse proxy. Click on OK and provide the inbound rule. That should be your host name. In my case, the host name is onetouchbi.edu and the port number is 9300 / BI. Keep the remaining as default and click on OK. Now you double click the reverse proxy what you have created. Get inside. Expand the server variables. In the beginning, I have asked you to create 3 variables. That one we are going to substitute over here. Click on add. Choose the server variable, the one we created from the drop down, and provide the HTTPS BI path, which is nothing but your virtual directory /OTBI /BI /v1. That should be your redirect URL when anyone inputs the Cognos URL with onetouchbi.edu. Click OK. Add the second variable. From the dropdown, pick up the HTTPX forward host, and this should be substituted with open flower bracket HTTP_host, close the flower bracket. Click on OK. And the third one is from the drop down, choose the last server variable, and what should be your default web root? It is OTBI. That is the virtual directory I have created /OTBI. Click on OK. And the last one what we need to make sure is under action type rewrite, and the rewrite URL should be changed from R1 to R0. This is mandatory. And make sure the stop processing of subsequent rule is checked. We are good. Click on apply. With this, we have configured all the prerequisites for enabling the single sign-on effect on IIS web server using your Windows authentication. Click on back to rules. You can ensure that all the prerequisite rules are exist or not. SSO login, legacy SSO, and reverse proxy inbound rule. If you want to have a proper naming convention, you can just choose that. Under the actions, click on rename and provide the name what exactly you want. I'm going to call this as reverse proxy for Cognos. We are good, and go to your server level and click on start if in case it is not started already. If in case it is already started, you should click on restart. That's all the changes required. In the default website, just ensure that it is already started. Yeah, it is started. And at the server level also, we have restarted successfully. That's all the changes required. With this, you can bring the single sign-on effect with your Windows authentication. Let's quickly check is that works as expected or not. Now you launch your Chrome browser, input the Cognos URL. In my case, it is onetouchbi.edu/ and my virtual directory what I have configured is otbi/bi. Enter. There you go. This time it is not popped up any user credentials for me. It just logged in with the Windows account authentication. I hope this tutorial is very clear that how to enable single sign-on for your IBM Cognos 11 using your Windows authentication using IIS Web Server. With this, I'm going to end my recording. If anyone was not subscribed my channel, I request you to subscribe my channel to get all the latest updates on IBM Cognos 11, Power BI and Python data science tutorials. Until I come back with another interesting video, this is Saravanan Vajravel signing off from OneTouch BI. Have a good day and take care. Bye.